Hi, how's it going? I'm Legendary Chicken, and today I'll be making the first in a series of guides with the goal of helping newer Warthunder players improve at the game and generally have an easier time getting further into it. Before we begin, I'd like to make clear that this guide and my guides going forward assume you have at least a basic understanding of the game's core mechanics, in addition to knowing how to operate your aircraft. These guides will make use of air arcade battles in order to demonstrate the various ideas I'm about to show you. Remember, the mastery of your aircraft will not only bring you better success, more silver lions, and more research points, but it will drastically improve your in-game experience. It's important to point out that playing this game simply to grind will only make it harder for you. Right, let's begin. Starting off with today's guide, we will focus on the P400 fighter prop under the American tech tree, sitting at battle rank 2.7 in rank 2. In my experience with this plane, it is absolutely one of the most powerful among its contemporaries. Similar to its domestic sister plane, the P-39 Airacobra, what it lacks in speed and maneuverability, the P-400 makes up for in its second-to-none firepower, survivability, and stability as a formidable early war American fighter plane. I will go over the key features of this plane, as well as strategies to utilize it properly, as to best prepare you for effective combat with this aircraft. For general combat, the boom and zoom hit-and-run tactic is the best way to survive in the P-400 for long periods of time. This includes singling out an enemy from the main force and diving in for the attack. This method is battle-tested by veterans of the game and beyond. When it comes to combat maneuvers, turn fighting is a death sentence, even more so with no flight upgrades. The goal is to stay away from having to engage in a turn fight. When being chased, there is no guaranteed way to make it out alive, but moving up and down in a wave motion allows you to throw off the aim of your pursuant and attempt to return to an airfield. Head-on fights should be avoided, as these are really just a 50-50 chance to die instantly. However, if you make sporadic movements, specifically to get around the enemy, you could use a head-to-head as a way to open an opportunity for a dogfight in your favor. Ammo types. The best ammo to use for the P400 are stealth. Stealth rounds have no tracer, and therefore make it difficult for your opponents to actively avoid your gunfire. For upgrades, focus research on the flight performance modules and survivability before the weaponry. This will make your aircraft perform better in battles, which will allow you to function longer and stay in the fight. The flight upgrades drastically affect the speed and turn time. Without any upgrades, the P400's maximum speed is 553 kilometers an hour with a turn time of 23.2 seconds. With all flight and survivability upgrades, its max speed is 602 kilometers an hour with a turn time of 20.8 seconds. This may not seem like a big difference on paper, but in battle, it makes all the difference. Now, moving on to some of the tips, and these can apply to any plane really. Fuel should be lowered to the minimum as to reduce weight. For the P400, this gives you a whole 18 minutes of flight time, which is, ideally, more than enough to keep you in a battle for the whole game. Targeting range should remain at about 500. When the wing-mounted guns shoot out, at a certain range, the bullets begin to intersect. This is where the targeting range comes in. It allows you to tune your gun's firing streams to intersect at your ideal range. From personal experience, it is better to close in to about 400 or 500 meters of distance before actually pulling the trigger. Be sure not to ammo dump, as the P400 has a limited storage of ammunition, which will run out quickly, so be mindful of your ammo. Don't stick to one target for too long, as you will quickly become easy prey for the enemy team. This is a common mistake made by players up and down the ranks, which usually leads to getting shot down by a swarm of angry red team players. Try to stay away from clusters of battle, as the P400's turning is far too slow to outmaneuver most planes. Otherwise, you'll find yourself being swarmed and outgunned by the enemy team. One last tip is to keep an eye on your minimap, because in most cases, it'll be the eyes in the back of your head. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I really hope this helps someone in one way or another. This video took a bit longer to put together and record, so I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribed if you enjoyed or found this video helpful. Comment below what tips you have or what you would like to see next. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll make another. Till then, chicken out.